Welcome back, guys, to a brand new segment for Polton Reels channel. So as I've already mentioned, this is Polton Reels Time to Shine, joined by V-Wilson92, and Polton Reel is enjoying a nice massage in preparation for this segment. So with Pepsi on standby.
Cheers.
How about that? So this is Polton Reels Time to Shine, and with Polton Reels catchphrase, question everyone and question everything. You have full free speech to say whatever you like. This is just our opinions. We may not agree with them, we can disagree with them, but complete freedom of speech on this platform. Take it away, Polton Reel. It's your stage to shine.
Well, thank you, Mr. Brian Rose, in your pinstripe suit at the London Reel studio. Oh, sorry, he's too busy pumping Bitcoin now. But that's what inspired us to do this format. Now, I started these podcasts with about 10-minute videos throughout the pandemic, and I really enjoyed them, and I gained a lot of hatred from school teachers like Jasmine, for example, and I gained a lot of popularity as well, but it really boosted my confidence because, believe it or not, I am an introvert, and it really boosted my confidence. And rather than moaning to people about politics like the majority of people do, why not promote free speech and have a debate and get our voices heard? I think that's a better strategy. So what I'm going to be doing within these 4 minutes, I'm going to be...
Don't mind a foreign video, that was just from a separate video, guys.
Separate video, and we're not sponsored, that was paid for, folks. Now, it's going to be a quick bullet point summary because we're going to keep it roughly 5 minutes. So, first of all, what has taken place throughout this week? Point number 1, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rachel Reeves, is planning to increase VAT, value-added tax or a sales tax, to ultimately bail out the baby boomers' retirement and to increase Treasury spending. But is that going to solve the problem? Well, it hasn't throughout history. Maybe this time it's different. You decide. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu agrees with Donald Trump and Tony Blair to take control of Gaza, and that basically removes the two-state solution. And it sticks a middle finger up to European allies who are trying to cooperate with Israel. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why isn't Donald Trump and Tony Blair behind bars in the first place? It's absolute outrageous. But that is the situation, isn't it? And I know it's controversial at the moment, but, you know, we've had this incident in Manchester and Hamas started this war. But Benjamin Netanyahu, by GB News and Nigel Farage, claim he's an angel, yet he's killed more than 60,000 Palestinians. But again, I'm not taking sides. It's for you to decide. Tony Blair and Donald Trump taking control of Gaza. Is it wise? You decide. Now, this was very... I'm furious with this because during the Labour Party conference this week as well, there were school children being filmed holding placards, chanting, "We expect free meals." The problem with socialism is that governments eventually run out of other people's money, according to Margaret Thatcher. Now, coming from the north over here, I'll be slated for that. I may even be chased with pitchforks. But the fact that these school children were demanding free school meals, socialism leads to greed. More and more people want free stuff. The baby boomers want free bus passes. School children here want free school meals. Who's going to pay for it? And the ultimate question is, why are school teachers promoting socialist ideas to school children? Next point. So I've got my notes here, all sorted there. Sticking with the Labour Party, they plan to renationalise train companies. Now, Northern Rail and some operators have been pathetic, but nationalising, do we trust the government to take control? Well, they don't do a very good job, do they, in general? But ultimately, is Karl Marx a member of the Labour Party cabinet? You decide, folks. Next point. Nigel Farage. He is offended because Keir Starmer has accused him of being a racist, but Nigel Farage has spent 25 years promoting Brexit, demonising foreigners. Is it a taste of his own medicine, or should Keir Starmer, like Tony Blair and Donald Trump, be behind bars? Yeah, go on then. A couple more points, folks. I'm saving the best till last, don't you worry.
In a separate video, is it? Or the same video?
This could be 10-minute segment, folks, like old times. 3 more points. The dark suits in Downing Street, controversial, but they want to promote digital ID under the guise of protecting the British public. What this leads to, like George Orwell's 1984, Big Brother is watching. If Keir Starmer is serious about stopping asylum seekers crossing in boats, get a legal process underway. Return them back to France with a mutual agreement. Digital ID, it sounds Orwellian to me, but again, you decide. Does it solve the problem? Tony Blair's behind this idea. Surprise, surprise. 2 more points. This is a case study of my own. Instant gratification pandemic. I witnessed a middle-aged man during this week showing off his new Tesla to either his friends or family or his neighbours, and I was parked directly opposite. And he had his remote control. Look at my boot, it opens automatically. And obviously he's paid for this Tesla on car finance, so he doesn't own the vehicle, he's a debt slave. And yet he seems to be impressing people who don't like him anyway. Is he cool or is he a fool? You decide. Right! Final point, and V. Wilson actually sent me this. It refers to a snooker player called Ronnie O'Sullivan, or the Rocket. Now, he
Not
has...
affiliation to Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah! That was Ronnie Coleman. This is Ronnie O'Sullivan. Fantastic, legendary snooker player, but V. Wilson sent me an article through the Daily Mail, so take it with a pinch of salt, folks. But Ronnie O'Sullivan has recently moved to Dubai because his wife wanted to move there. But Ronnie O'Sullivan was happy living in Sheffield. Now, we have a mentor called Richard Cooper from the Unplugged Alpha. Either a man enters a woman's frame in a relationship or a marriage, or the woman enters the man's frame. There's this ideology that men and women are equal, which is total garbage. In the real world, one party will enter the other's frame. And Ronnie O'Sullivan has ultimately bowed down on his knees to placate and please his wife by moving to Dubai. Mark my words, folks, in 5 more years, Ronnie O'Sullivan's wife will divorce him because obviously he's behaving like a doormat. And that is the trap that most men fall into. Happy wife, happy life. And that is a big trap. Ronnie needs to maintain his frame. He should have said no, but obviously he doesn't have the courage to do so. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the events throughout this week. You don't have to agree with me or disagree, but those are my thoughts. My conscience is now clear. V. Wilson, do you have any? Because you sent me that clip to Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Interesting, wasn't it? I thought that I'd highlight that to you because it was quite relevant and he was sort of an ally because we do like to play pool and snooker, so he is in a way an ally.
Absolutely, but it's the process of the Baidatization of 1,000 concessions where...
So I thought that was directly interesting, so I thought I would share that story.
Because what most men do is they meet a woman and they may be a big strong rugby player in some cases, and over time they become softer and softer, where the woman says, "Babe, brush your teeth over the carpet, otherwise you'll get stains. Otherwise I'm not cooking your dinner for you." And the man will reply, "Yes, dear." And over time, the man loses his frame and his confidence to lead the relationship. And Ronnie O'Sullivan has obviously fallen into that trap. Yeah, he's a legendary snooker player. We love playing pool. But those are my thoughts. Obviously, instant gratification, the dark suits in Downing Street, VAT rises. For example, digital ID. Donald Trump and Tony Blair taking control of Gaza. Should they be behind bars anyway? I don't know, you decide. And Nigel Farage seems to be a snowflake by being offended by Keir Starmer. I thought he had a thick skin. But those are just my opinions. You don't have to agree. V. Wilson, woo! Take it away.
Nicely done, that Bolton Real. Very detailed and entertaining podcast. So tune in. Let us know in the comments down below what you think of this week's episode. And as always, you have complete freedom to speak, but you don't have to agree. It's on now, and stay tuned for more content.
So next time V Wilson will be wearing his striped suit like Brian Rose, baby.
Yo!
Yo!